She's brought in, these are American alligators.
Right, they're babies. This one was actually confiscated by Texas Parks and Wildlife. A man had them in his bathtub. So they look really cute when they're this age and you think you can have a pet. But what happens is they end up growing into a bigger alligator, which I have here. And when you end up with a bigger alligator and you think you can have one as a pet, what you're going to end up with is an animal that you can't control and missing limbs. So they're built to be predators. It's pre-wired from day one. So these alligators actually, once they live under man's care in a protected environment, they can actually be released back into the wild and they go right back to hunting for their food. So that just shows you that they're built-in predators and they're never going to make a nice pet.
And this one likes to go crawling. Can I let him crawl?
Yeah, you can let him crawl.
I can let him crawl.
It's
okay.
supported back there. You'll notice they've got some nice sharp teeth, as I'm showing you right now on Crackle. Crackle is 3 years old, so he's bigger than this one right here. That's what they look like when they're first hatched. They're only 6 to 8 inches long. And then they put on a foot a year, and you're ending up with an animal one day that will be anywhere from 12 feet to 16 feet long. So right now, this little baby's not going to really take a finger, but those sharp teeth can leave some nice sharp puncture wounds. So you definitely don't want to have one of these guys as a pet. They're wild animals and they're not predictable.
Why is it that so many people think that they can take care of an alligator?
Because when you see a little animal like that, he looks really, really cute. He looks just like a lizard. So you think that you can have him just like you can have a gecko or any other reptile that you can keep as a home pet. But alligators are never going to be pets. They're never going to be like a dog or a cat. They're never going to be reliable in that way. They're always predators, so that's what comes first.
And you say oftentimes you end up seeing thrown away alligators, and that's oftentimes what we see in the creeks. And
right. The reason why we have all those alligators in the river, a lot of them have been, someone thought that they could have a pet with someone that age, and then all they end up with is an animal they can't control.
These predators look scary even behind this piece of acrylic. But they don't scare Deanna Gallier. In fact, she jumps in here every day.
I always compare them to like babies, stick everything in their mouth. That's the way they identify things. So usually they'll come up, take a bite, and that's when they'll go, ooh, yuck.
Gallier says the best thing to do is to not swim alone and give sharks plenty of space.
Ever since the Jaws movies came out, people have feared these creatures who lurk in the depths of the ocean, awaiting their next meal. While humans aren't their prey of choice, they can still fall victim if they're not careful.
We do have a healthy respect for their teeth. The thing about sharks is any shark, when provoked, can be dangerous.
Aquarium officials say while sightings of sharks are pretty common here in the Gulf, attacks are very rare.
You're actually 30 times more likely to be struck by lightning or drown in your own bathtub than you actually are to be attacked by a shark.
Instead of fearing these creatures, aquarium officials want visitors to learn to appreciate them, saying they carry out a very important function.
They take out the diseased and dying fish. If you have one disease, that can actually wipe out a whole population of fish. Therefore, the more sharks you have in your oceans, the healthier oceans are going to be. Well, right here we have an American alligator that was actually rescued by the aquarium. He was living in a man's bathtub. You should not have an alligator in your bathtub. It's illegal. Yes. So now he lives here with us, and this is one of the many reptiles that you can meet when you come to the Texas State Aquarium. We have an interactive program where the kids can touch the alligator.
Wow.
They see what the alligator feels like and really get close with them. I also have a sea turtle, and let me just get her out here. It's okay, buddy.
Oh, okay. He's getting a little scared there.
Yes, he's all right. This is Lola, and she is a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, and she is also a rescue animal. She got her front flipper caught in fishing line, so she lost it, which happens to a lot of turtles out there, so clean up your fishing line. But this is one of the many beautiful sea turtles that you can see at the Texas State Aquarium.
And obviously you can pet these as well.
You can't touch the sea turtles because they're protected.
Okay.
But you can touch the alligator,
okay.
and that's a wonderful thing. You can also touch a snake. I also bring a snake out during the reptile report, so you can experience that as well. And then we have sharks and stingrays that the children can touch, and that's a lot of fun because they get to get in and play in the water.
Why do you think that this education is so important? Obviously, I mean, these animals look so unique, but why do you guys do this?
Well, it's real important in order to protect the animals that are out there and protect our environment and us, because these are indicator species. If something's going on with these guys, it's going to be happening to us next. So it's real important, and by taking care of things like cleaning up your trash, cleaning up your fishing line responsibly after you fish, you can save a lot of animals. Animals like this at the aquarium, all of our sea turtles that are there because of injuries that happen in the wild.
Talking to the Texas State Aquarium's resident shark expert, Deanna. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
So they get along, huh?
Absolutely. 80% of your shark species are actually too small to do humans any harm. So your majority of them are about this size.
80%. So everyone thinks sharks are so menacing and huge teeth, but 80% of them are small like that?
Absolutely. They don't get any bigger than about 5 feet, so they're really not a threat to humans at all. And your white-spotted bamboo shark and your horn shark are bottom dwellers, so you'll find them on the bottom. You notice the white-spotted bamboo sharks got bands here. They're found in the Pacific, the Indo-Pacific. They're not actually found here in the Gulf of Mexico. But they do really well at touch pools and aquariums, which is why most aquariums in the United States have them in their touch pools. And you are allowed to touch the sharks here. That's an amazing thing. Over here, we actually have a horn shark. If you look right here, the reason why they're called horn sharks is they actually have horns on both sets of dorsals there. And what that does is that protects them from getting eaten out in the wild. If a big grouper were to come and take that horn shark in its mouth, it'd take one bite, it would get those horns in its mouth, and it would spit the shark out. That would make it totally inedible.
Today, the Texas State Aquarium and the Animal Rehabilitation Keep returned 5 turtles back to the waters of the Gulf.
This is the most rewarding thing for me because when these turtles came in, they were so lethargic. A lot of them were very sick.
The unusually cold temperatures during this past winter stranded 3 green sea turtles when they washed up on shore in Port Isabel. The larger Kemp's Ridley turtle has been at the Texas State Aquarium since last fall. All of the turtles had a number of health problems, including bacterial infections and malnutrition. One of the turtles released today became special to the aquarium.
Number 46 is called split fin. They have flippers, but when he came in, he had had a broken flipper that had healed on its own.
After a final checkup, it was time to turn the turtles loose. Some of the turtles had a tough time finding its way back out to sea, while others couldn't wait to hit the warm waters.